everyone, welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana and in this session we'll be doing the current affairs for 21st of August 2024. So now let's start with the session. The first question is, recently Panton turned Shinawatra became the youngest Prime Minister of which country? So she is just 37 years old and recently she became the youngest Prime Minister of the country Thailand after Shreta Thavissin's dismissal. Okay, so she is the third member of Shinawatra family after her father and aunt to hold the position. Also, she has won in total 319 votes in the parliamentary session, showing a strong legislative support. Despite her family's political influence, she faces the challenges like a struggling economy and also political competition. Her party Pheu Thai is also under pressure with a pending $14.25 billion cash handout program. Okay, so you have to remember this, that Paetong turned Shinawatra became the youngest Prime Minister of the country Thailand. Okay, C option is the right answer here. Now talking about some static facts. First of all, you can be asked that who was the first member of the Shinawatra family to become the Thailand's Prime Minister. So correct answer is Thaksin Shinawatra. Okay, Thaksin Shinawatra was the first member of Shinawatra family to become the Prime Minister of Thailand, and he also founded the Thai Rak Thai party, means TRT party, and he was the Prime Minister of Thailand from 2001 to 2006. Okay, talking about the Thailand's parliament, how many members are there in the Thailand's House of Representatives? So in total there are 500 members. Which chamber is the upper house in Thailand's parliament? So it is Senate. And when was the current constitution of Thailand enacted? So it was enacted in 2017. Also, can you tell me what is the currency of Thailand? So it is the Baht. Okay, Baht is the official currency of the Thailand. And which sector contributes the most to Thailand's GDP? So it is the services sector. And what is the main product that they export? So they are rich in electronics products, so they export the electronics product mainly. Okay, this is all about the first question. Moving to the second question. Recently, where was the 17th Divya Kala Mela held? What was the venue for 17th Divya Kala Mela? Correct answer here is C option, Raipur. So actually Dr. Virendra Kumar, who is the Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment, he has inaugurated the 17th Divya Kala Mela in Raipur. And who is the current Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? It is Vishnu Deo Sai, and he also attended this event, and also he agreed to allocate 5 acres of land for a Divyangjan park in the city of Raipur. Okay, so this Mela was organized by the Ministry's Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities. It runs from 16 to 23 of August 2024, where around 100 artisans from 20 states and union territories will showcase their products, and the event also includes the job fairs and the loan melas to support the economic empowerment of Divyangjan people. Okay, so what was the venue for 17th Divya Kala Mela fair? Correct answer is C option, that is Raipur. Okay, talking about some static facts. First of all, in which year the first Divya Kala Mela held? Correct answer is 2018. Which department organizes the Divya Kala Mela? So it is Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities. And you can be asked that what is the main objective of Divya Kala Mela? So basic objective or basic purpose is economic empowerment of Divyangjan and their social upliftment. Okay, talking about Dr. Virendra Kumar, who is our Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment, from which constituency he is from? So he is from Tikamgarh constituency. He basically represents the Tikamgarh constituency, right? And which is the famous tribal festival of Chhattisgarh? It is the Bastar Dashehra. Okay, and one important day is observed every year for persons with disabilities, and it is celebrated at international level. It is International Day for Persons with Disabilities, which is observed every year on 3rd of December, right? And also, which organization is focused on the global disability issues? So this is United Nations Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Fine. Moving to the third question. Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana, recently seen in the news, is launched by which state government? Correct answer here is A option, that is Maharashtra. Actually, the Eknath Shinde-led Maharashtra government has launched the Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana on the occasion of Raksha Bandhan. This scheme will actually provide 1500 rupees monthly to over 1 crore women in the state of Maharashtra. Also, it is modeled after Madhya Pradesh Ladli Bahina Yojana, but it will be a permanent initiative. Okay, so basic aim here is to protect and support the women's interest in the state, and it is symbolically tied to the Raksha Bandhan festival, right? So Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana belongs to Maharashtra, while the Mukhyamantri Ladli Bahina Yojana belongs to Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and if we talk about the Ladli Bahina Yojana, who is eligible for the Ladli Bahina Yojana in Madhya Pradesh? So all those women who are in between 23 to 60 years of age group, they are the beneficiaries of Ladli Bahina Yojana. Okay, and under this Yojana, what is the monthly financial assistance that is provided? So they provide 1000 rupees to these women. And when was the Ladli Bahina Yojana officially launched in the state of Madhya Pradesh? So that is 2023. Okay, similarly, if we talk about the Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana, which type of questions can be asked from this Yojana? First of all, you can be asked that how much financial assistance does the scheme provide to the women? Answer is 1500 rupees. Under the Ladli Bahina Yojana, it is 1000 rupees, while in Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana, it is 1500 rupees. And which state scheme inspired the Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana? So that is Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Talking about the state Maharashtra, what is the official language of Maharashtra? So that is Marathi, and which is UNESCO World Heritage Site is located in Maharashtra. It is Ajanta Caves. It is very famous tourist spot as well, and many times it has been asked in your ancient history part that what is the location of Ajanta Caves, which is a very famous UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. So a correct answer here would be Maharashtra state. Okay. Moving to the fourth question. Recently, where was the 7th edition of the International Earth Sciences Olympiad held? What was the venue for this event? Correct answer here is A option, Beijing, China. So Indian student team won multiple medals at this event that took place in Beijing, China from 8th of August to 16th of August 2024. And talking about International Earth Sciences Olympiad, it was established in the year 2003. And it is basically an annual competition for secondary school students worldwide. Basic aim here is to raise awareness about the earth sciences through teamwork, collaboration and competition. Also, the event encourages the young people to engage in the earth system sciences and discuss some type of environmental challenges, and it is the part of the Reach Out scheme basically, and Reach Out scheme works under Ministry of Earth Sciences. India is participating in this since 2007, and also we have hosted the 10th edition of International Earth Sciences Olympiad in the Mysore. Okay, so what was the venue for this year's International Earth Sciences Olympiad? Correct answer here is Beijing, China. Okay, let's see some important facts regarding the International Earth Sciences Olympiad. What year was the first IESO held? So it was first time observed in the year 2007. Which organization oversees this body? Correct answer is International Geoscience Education Organization. What is the main purpose of IESO? Basic purpose is to raise awareness about the earth sciences, promote the teamwork and address the environmental challenges, right? So this is all about the fourth question. Moving to the next question. Recently, which state has become the third state after Kerala and Bihar to introduce the menstrual leave policy for the working woman? This is a very important question because it is associated with your women empowerment thing. And correct answer here is C option, Odisha. Odisha recently became the third state in India to introduce the menstrual leave for working women in both public and the private sectors. And the Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha state, who is it? Pravati Parida. She announced that women can take 1 day of leave on the first or second day of their menstrual cycle. Okay, so this new policy applies to both government and the private sector employees. Talking about Bihar and Kerala, they also provide menstrual leave, where Bihar offers 2 days per month for women employees and Kerala offered 3 days per month for the female students. Okay, now Odisha is the third state after Kerala and Bihar to introduce the menstrual leave policy for the working women. Talking about some of the important static facts. Which country became the first country to introduce the paid menstrual leave? This is the country Japan. In which year did Zambia introduce its form of menstrual leave known as Mother's Day? So they have introduced the Mother's Day in 2015. Also, which Southeast Asian company first time offered the menstrual leave to their employees in 2020? This is Nike Indonesia. And talking about the state Odisha, what is the capital city of Odisha? Everyone knows it is Bhubaneswar. Which ancient temple is located in Odisha and it is known for its erotic sculpture? This is the Konark Sun Temple. I'm sure you'd have heard about it because many times the location of Konark Sun Temple has been asked in your examination. It lies in the state of Odisha. Okay. And what is the official language of Odisha? So that is Odia. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Recently, which country reported the first confirmed case of deadly Mpox variant outside Africa? So this is the country Sweden. C option is the right answer. Sweden reported their first case of dangerous clade 1b variant of Mpox, which has been causing a severe outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo since September 2023, right? So this case was confirmed in Stockholm and contracted during a visit to Africa. European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control, means ECDC, examines the risk of transmission in Sweden as very low due to the country's high vaccination rate against the Mpox. Okay, so Sweden has recently reported the first confirmed case of deadly Mpox variant outside Africa. Talking about the Democratic Republic of Congo, what is the official language that is spoken here? So they use the French language. Okay, and which river flows through DRC? It is the Congo River. And what is the capital city of DRC? So it is the Kinshasa. Okay. Similarly, if you talk about the ECDC, means European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control, when was the ECDC established? So it was established in the year 2005. Then headquarters of ECDC lies in Solna in the country Sweden. And what is the main goal of ECDC? So main goal of ECDC is disease prevention and control across Europe. Okay. Moving to the next question. Typhoon Ampil has hit which country recently? Correct answer here is C option, that is Japan. Typhoon Ampil has hit the Tokyo area with heavy rains and mudslide warnings in northern Japan, and the typhoon has led to hundreds of cancellations impacting the travel plans. With gusts up to 180 kilometers per hour, there are some warnings for floods, landslides, violent gust, etc. Climate change is making this typhoon season particularly intense, and now it is challenging the Japan's preparedness and response, right? So Typhoon Ampil has recently hit the country Japan. Talking about typhoon, which scale measures the typhoon intensity? So that is the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale, right? And which scale measures the landslide magnitude? So it is the landslide hazard zonation map. Which country has the highest frequency of landslides or mudslides? So this is the country Nepal. And what event often triggers the mudslide? So that is heavy rainfall. Okay. Next question is, Port of Odessa, which was seen in the news due to an attack on its port infrastructure, is located in which country? Correct answer here is B option, Ukraine. So Russian forces have attacked the port infrastructure in Odisha, injuring 2 people, including a port employee and a grain carrier driver. This attack involved a ballistic missile, and the Ukraine's port infrastructure has faced frequent Russian attacks since Russia withdrew from a United Nations brokered grain shipment deal, and Kyiv has since created its own maritime corridor for the shipments, right? So port of Odessa lies in Ukraine, and why it was in news? Because recently it has been hit by a ballistic missile by the country Russia. Okay. Talking about the United Nations brokered grain shipment deal, can you tell me which country is the largest recipient of grain under this deal? So this is the country Yemen. Okay. And when was the Black Sea Grain Initiative signed? So it was signed in July 2022. Which United Nations agency coordinates the grain shipments under this initiative? So it is the World Food Program. Okay. Also, if we talk about some of the missiles of Russia, which Russian ballistic missile is known for being capable of carrying the multiple nuclear warheads? So this is RS-24 Yars. Okay, it is an advanced Russian intercontinental ballistic missile, and main thing of this missile is that it can carry multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. Okay, and each missile can hold up to 10 nuclear warheads. First time it was tested in the year 2007. What is the maximum range of the Russian Topol M intercontinental ballistic missile? So the maximum range of this missile is 11,000 kilometers. And when was the Russian RS-28 Sarmat missile first publicly tested? It was tested in 2017. Moving to the next question. Mera Peak, recently seen in the news, is located in which country? Correct answer is C option, that is Nepal. Why it came into news? Because a British man has recently set a new Guinness World Record for the highest altitude SKI base jump at 18,753 feet on Mera Peak in this country, Nepal. Okay, and Mera Peak is located in the Khumbu region of Nepal, standing at 6,476 meters above the sea level, making it the highest trekking peak in the country. And the peak dominates the area between the Hinku and the Hunku Drunkas valleys, and it is considered as the gateway to the Everest as well. So trekkers usually climb the Mera Central, although Mera North Peak is the highest, and Mera Peak was first climbed in 1953 by Colonel Jimmy Roberts and Sen Tenzing. Fine. Now here we'll be talking about some important Guinness World Records. First of all, who hold the Guinness World Record for the longest nail on a single hand? Correct answer is Sridhar Chillal. Okay, he has the Guinness World Record for the longest nail on a single hand, and his nails measured a combined length of 909.6 centimeters. Can you imagine? It is 358 inches, and he grew them for over 66 years. He stopped cutting them in 1952, and the nails were cut down in 2018, and now they are displayed in a museum. Okay. Second thing is, which city hosted the most people kissing simultaneously to set a record? So this is the Mexico City. Okay, Mexico City set the record for the most people kissing simultaneously, and this event took place on 14th of February in the year 2009, and the record involved 39,897 participants almost, and this event aimed to promote peace and love, and it beat the previous record that was held in the UK. Okay, what is the name of the oldest person to complete a marathon according to the Guinness World Record? So this is the Fauja Singh. Okay, Fauja Singh has the world record for being the oldest person to complete a marathon, and at the time he was 100 years old. Okay, these are some of the important records that you have to remember. And moving to the next question, Eri silk recently seen in the news is a GI tag product from which northeastern state? Correct answer here is Assam state, that is C option. Actually, NEHDC means the Northeastern Handicrafts and Handlooms Development Corporation obtained the OCO-TEX certification for its Eri silk. It is the world's only vegan silk because the moth naturally exits the cocoon without being killed, and this silk is produced mainly in the northeastern states of India, especially in the state of Assam, and also it is a GI tag product. So this certification now ensures that Eri silk is free from any type of harmful substances, and it is produced in an eco-friendly manner. This certification further enhances the global export potential of Eri silk, and the focus is its sustainability and regional importance. Okay, so Eri silk is now a GI tag product from the state of Assam. Okay, now what is the other name for this Eri silk? So it is also known as castor silk, don't forget it. Okay, now which organization governs the geographical indications of goods in India? So it is Geographical Indications Registry. And which product first time got the GI tag? It was Darjeeling tea. And what benefits do GI tags provide to the regional products? So they are legally protected, and it differentiates the product from the market. Okay, talking about some northeastern states, which northeastern state has the highest literacy rate in India? It is the state of Mizoram. Then which tribe in northeastern India is known for its unique Hornbill festival? So Hornbill festival is celebrated in the state of Nagaland by the Naga tribe. And what is the major language family spoken in the northeastern states of India? So it is the Tibeto-Burman language. Fine. So these are the most important questions from today, and now we'll be moving towards our revision slides. Today we'll be revising 3 sections. The first one would be defense current affairs, second would be reports, and the third would be environment and biodiversity current affairs. Okay, so let's move to the defense current affairs MCQs. The first question here is, Ayutthaya is a maritime exercise conducted by which 2 countries? It is the maritime exercise between India and Thailand. What kind of missile is Astra Mark 1 missile that was recently seen in the news? So this is a kind of air-to-air beyond visual range BVR missile. What is the primary focus of Indus X initiative recently seen in the news? Primary goal of Indus X initiative is advancing of high-tech cooperation in the defense sector. Which military exercise did the Indian Navy's P-8I aircraft participate in Guam? So it is the exercise Sea Dragon 24. Recently, Indian Army Aviation Corps has established its first Apache attack helicopter unit at which place? Correct answer here is Jodhpur in the state of Rajasthan. Recently, where was the first steel cutting ceremony of the fleet support ship for the Indian Navy held? Correct answer is Visakhapatnam. Signals Technology Evaluation and Adaptation Group is related to which one of the following? This group is related to Indian Army. Okay. Already we have covered all these questions in our previous session, so this is just a revision. That's why we are considering it in a one-liner format. Okay. Moving to the second revision slide, and the next category is reports and indices. Which organization recently published a first national report on AMR surveillance in India's fisheries livestock sectors for 2019 to 22? Correct answer is Food and Agriculture Organization. This is a United Nations body, headquarters lies in Italy. What is the rank of India in the Henley Passport Index 2024? So India has been placed at 85th position in this index. Tiryani block, which secured the top position in the first Delta rankings of aspirational blocks program, is from which state or the union territory? So it belongs to Telangana. Which organization recently released the Future of Financial Advice report? This report has been given by World Economic Forum, headquarters lies in Switzerland. Which organization recently released the State of Global Air 2024 report? Answer is Health Effects Institute. Fiscal Monitor report is published by which organization? So this report is published by IMF, headquarters lies in Washington DC. Climate Finance for Agri-Food System in Sharp Downward Trend report was released by. This report was published by Food and Agriculture Organization. Okay. Now the third category would be Environment and Biodiversity, Current Affairs. Olive Ridley is the name of which species? Everyone knows it. Olive Ridley is a famous species of turtle. Recently, which airport has made history by becoming the first airport in India to achieve the zero waste to landfill accolade? So this is the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport. Pong Dam, a Ramsar site that was in news recently, is situated on which river? This Ramsar site is situated on the Byas River. Raimola National Park, recently seen in the news due to an antelope-like mammal mainland Sero, is located in which Indian state? Simply you have to remember the location of Raimola National Park. It lies in Assam. What are lianas recently mentioned in the news? Lianas are woody vining plants. Clouded tiger cat is primarily found in which region? They are found in Southern Central American and Andean mountain chains. Gardi's Sugdub Island is located in which sea? This island is found in Caribbean Sea. Okay. So with this we have completed our session. If you want to recommend anything or suggest anything, please write it down in the comments section below. Our team would definitely review it, and if possible we would try to implement it as well. Okay. Also, if you want to support us financially, you can consider joining us. And now we will be meeting tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.